welcome to today's session. Today we are going to do some work into your psoas. We're going to do some work into the hips. We are going to be working wide-legged positions. So if you have a band handy, that will be great. You don't have to have it, but it's going to make some of this practice meaningful in a different way for you. Without further ado, let's get cracking. We're going to come down to our mats. Just find a nice, comfortable, easy seated position. If you're sitting cross-legged, you don't have to be sitting cross-legged, but if cross-legged is there for you, just take one foot further forward than the other. So this would be a cross-legged position for me. Don't know why I used my hand, but I'm going to encourage you just for this first few moments of practice, just to allow this knee to be able to soften down towards the ground. We are going to switch sides, so don't worry, evenness is my middle name. It's not. Okay, closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, lifting the crown of the head towards the sky. What I want you to imagine is that there is a rope, going from the bottom of your spine all the way up to the crown of the head. I want you to make whatever movement you need to in this moment to make it feel like that rope, bar, whatever the thing is, your spine is straight up and down. I'm not talking about the sway of the back, front to back. I'm talking about up and down. Relax down through the shoulders. See if you can find your shoulder blades. You're saying weird stuff again. I want you to think about imagining that the shoulder blades are an arrow. They are triangular. So the bottom of your shoulder blade, I want you to imagine that you're trying to stab that into the ground behind you. So you're driving your shoulder blades down. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. If you have any issues in your neck here, if this feels like a lot, you're just going to allow your ear to come toward the shoulder to a point where you're not feeling an excessive stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, ear towards the other side. And again, if you feel a block or an excessive stretch, we're just going to ease back out of that stretch just a little bit. Take an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Maybe you can take it a bit further this time. Still driving those shoulder blades down towards the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe you can relax a little bit more into that stretch. Maybe not, and that's fine. Inhale, center. Last time, right ear, right shoulder. Turn your chin down towards your shoulder. And on your inhale, ear back towards shoulder, stay for the exhale. Inhale brings you back to seated. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder, next exhale. Inhale, turn your chin down towards your shoulder, see if you can relax your traps. Inhale, ear comes back to shoulder, we stay for the exhale. And then inhale, lift your head back up to center. We're going to switch the legs over, just taking a couple of breaths here with the legs in that same position but switched. You're going to take a breath in as you raise the crown of your head back up towards the sky. This time we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears as much as possible. Whatever you're feeling through your chest, through your shoulders, just let that happen. If you need to make any movements to make it more comfortable, do that. Keeping that shrug in motion. And then exhale, let it go. Inhale, shrug, shrug, shrug. I want you to bring your shoulders so that it feels like you're making a little ball of yourself. Taking those shoulders as far forwards as you can. On your exhale, you're going to take the shoulders back towards the back of the room and then let them be heavy down behind you. Inhale, shrug up towards your ears. Now bring your shoulders as far forward as you can. We're going to reach both hands towards me think about imagining that you're playing a computer game and you're holding a computer gun and you're trying to shoot at the screen. Reach, 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 reach. Now exhale, you're going to take your chest forward, your shoulders are going to come back towards the back of the room. Take an inhale here and then exhale, let everything be heavy. You're going to take your right leg. You might want to bring this left leg a little bit closer into you. Just warming up through the hips. So we're just going to slightly rock side to side, holding that foot wherever feels comfortable. I do realise this might not feel comfortable and this leg can be extended if you need. We're going to try and add some more to this as we take that sway and movement. You're going to try and hook your foot into the crook of your elbow. That might be there for you and it might not. And we're going to sway, and we're going to sway, and we're going to sway. And now, you might stay here, and that's fine, or you might be able to hook your knee. And then swing and sway like you're rocking a little baby. Flex through the foot if that is there for you. If when your foot is relaxed, you're feeling more of a stretch, stay there. We're all good. If it feels nice to flex your foot, do that. This is a warm-up. This is not supposed to be super intense. Drop that foot down and we're going to go the other side. So, literally, first of all, you're just going to hold your foot and rock. Nothing's happening here, no drama. Just rocking, just moving, just noticing what feels a bit there. Then bringing that foot into the crook of your arm and again, just rocking. And this might be as far as you get. And this side might feel completely different than the other side. And that's okay. In fact, that's normal. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And then maybe you can hook. This side's a bit more awkward for me. I don't know why. Just is. See, I've stopped even saying words. Just rock. You don't need to do anything crazy. And then we're going to find some stillness for a breath. See if you can lengthen the chest forward and then drop your foot. We're going to come to our cat-cow. If you have your band, bring it with you. If you do not have a band, you do not need to worry. You can still do this exact same movement. It will not be surprising to you. We have done this a lot of times. So, your band wants to go under your hands and around your lower back. If it creeps up to the middle of your back, that is also fine, don't worry. We're just trying to use this as a little bit of extra feedback, and it will move like mine just did, to get into your pelvis. So, from here, we're just going to take normal cat-cows. Exhale as you round, inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round, inhale as you lift. Just notice what feedback you're getting from your band if you're using it. Exhale round, inhale lift. That's going to translate to something a little bit more useful to you as we get through practice this morning. It's morning here, it might not be morning where you are. Exhale round and inhale lift. Wherever you are, we're going to take some just gentle pelvic tilts. So if you don't have a band, it doesn't matter. We're going to tuck the tailbone under. If you have a band, you should be feeling it resisting against your hips. And then on your inhale, you're going to lift it up towards the sky. Your band will help you to deepen into that pelvic tilt. If you don't have a band, then just see how you're feeling. Exhale round and inhale lift. Just the pelvis. Exhale round and inhale lift. Throw the band away, but not too far because we're going to need it. And then we're going to take our left foot back, the right foot meets it. We're going to find a plank position. You know what I am saying when I'm in plank. Press the ground away, tuck the tailbone under. Let's hold plank for 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Just do whatever feels nice here. And then let everything just find some stillness. Now, in your downward facing dog, I know I say this a lot, but I want you to understand it and I want you to think about it when you're here, so that eventually you don't have to think about it. We are pressing the knuckles underneath the fingers into the mat. So I'm taking the pressure away from the base of my wrist. I'm sending my heels back and down. The knees can be bent. I'm going to say that again. The knees can be bent. You do not need to straighten your legs here if that is too much. Certainly for the beginning of our practice, let's just let the knees be bent. Let that tailbone lift up towards the sky. Imagine you have that same rope, stick, whatever the thing was that you were imagining at the beginning of practice. It's now going from the back of your head all the way to your tailbone, and we're trying to lengthen that spine as much as we can here. Take an inhale, we're going to look forward, step the right foot forward, step the left foot to meet it. Inhale, find a half lift. Hands are at the shins, hips are going back towards the back of the room, chest is level with the floor. Exhale, bend the knees, connect belly and thighs. Notice if you shifted like I just did, which is why I'm saying it. If you shifted your weight into your toes as you leant forward. For this practice, you think about keeping the weight even between your front, big toe, little toe and heel. See if you can keep that weight evenly distributed for today. Well, for this practice anyway. Then straighten your left leg, drop your right hip out to the side. Bring it back in and go the other way. Bring it back in and go the other way. Bring it back in and go the other way. Half lift once again and then exhale, forward fold. We're going to rise. I want you to keep your chin tucked towards your chest as we roll up the spine. Notice if you wanted to shift backwards. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Let the left foot meet it. Inhale, press the ground away. Come onto the tops of the feet if you can. Exhale, find an upward facing dog. Inhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Step your left foot forward. Let your right foot meet it. See where the weight is in your feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, left foot back, right foot joins. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, upward facing dog. Inhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we fold. Plant the hands, hop or step to the back of your mat. Hold in plank for 3, 2, 1. Top of the feet. Exhale, upward facing dog. Drop the knees. We're going to stay here in our up dog for a breath or 2. Take an inhale. I want you to imagine that someone's pulling your chest forward right at your sternum. So they've tied a little bit of rope around the middle of your bra. Right there. And they're pulling you forward. You have to press the ground away to keep your hips off the ground, because that's what we want right now in this moment. And we're thinking about that chest coming forward. As it comes forward, you're going to squeeze through your glutes. It's kind of the back half of your pelvic floor. You're just going to squeeze there. And then exhale. We're going to send hips back towards heels. Finding this extended child's pose, then lift the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, look forward. You're going to step your left foot forward and you're going to drop your back knee and untuck the toe. Coming into a runner's lunge position. On your inhale, you're going to lengthen that chest forward and your knee is going to come as far as it can until it feels like there's kind of a block in your ankle and your heel starts to lift. We want to keep that heel down on the ground. Okay, so this is how we're starting to get into the psoas, but because I am a multitasker, we're also doing a little bit of stretching in the back of this leg, into the front of this leg. It's an all-round wonderful stretch. So from here, you're going to lengthen your chest forward, and I want you to imagine that your hip on this side is being pulled towards the front of the room. Taking a breath in here, and then exhale, we're going to send everything back. On your inhale, you're going to come forward, we're going to tuck those back toes and lift your leg up towards the sky. We're going to rise to a high lunge. You're going to take your hands and place them in our Wonder Woman stance. I like this because it helps you keep your hips facing forward, or at least it tells you when you're not doing that. And it doesn't add too much tension, which we're going to do in a second. If your front foot starts to salsa, as my yoga teacher, shout out Annabelle, used to say, I love that phrase, then you're going to think about the weight in your feet, as always. Yes, I talk about the weight in your feet, probably too much. Okay, we're going to add a little bit into this psoas stretch on this side. You're going to reach up and you're going to interlace your fingers around your elbows. Whatever this is. We're going to take a breath in here, and I want you to lift your elbows up towards the sky, like someone's picking you up like a suitcase. So they're using your crossed forearms as a handle. Ooh, my feet are still saltering. Take an inhale here, and then I want you to see if you can lengthen your chest towards the sky. I am not going like this. This is head up, chest forward. Someone's pulling that bra strap rope towards the front of the room. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, open out to warrior two. Take a breath in your warrior two, and then turn your back hip ever so slightly back towards the back of the room. Make sure this knee is on the outside of your toe. Take an inhale here, and then send that knee a bit further forward. We're going to pick up that heel on that front foot, and then you're going to drop it down. Pick up the heel and drop it down. Pick up the heel, see if you can bend a little bit more into that front leg. That's lovely. Take a beautiful breath in here. Keep that front leg exactly where it is, and let's reverse our warrior here. Drop that heel down, straighten your front leg. I'm going to have to say this facing the other way, but you'll get to see the other view, don't worry. Turn your toes to 10 and 2. We're going to take an inhale in our Wonder Woman stance here, and then on your exhale you're going to sink down into your goddess squat. You're going to take both hands, place them onto your knees, and take your shoulders into the centre of your mat. Just keep moving like that, keep moving like that, keep moving like that. Now we're going to stand all the way up. If you have your band, I'm going to turn around, although this is going to confuse me. Take your band and put it around your feet. This is not an easy way to get in, but this is what we're doing. So coming back to your standing position. Toes are still at 10 and 2. We're going to wide leg forward fold. Just make sure your band's comfortable around your feet. Okay, from here, probably should have stayed the other way around to be fair. If you need to bring the floor to you, you're going to use blocks around this area to lift the floor up. From here, we're going to tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, and then exhale, you're going to round as much as you can. Inhale, tilt the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, you're going to round as much as you can. If you don't have a band, you can still do this. Inhale, lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to round. Last one. Inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, keep the tailbone up and see how far you can go. This is not your fullest expression of whatever your wide leg forward fold is. I want you to get to a point where you just feel a good stretch. into your adductors in here. Okay, from here I'm going to squeeze my bum. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. It's hard to find, but you can find it. And then tilt your pelvis back towards the back of the room. Maybe you can go a bit further. I haven't warmed up. This is my warm up. Inhale, you're going to squeeze your bum a bit more. And then exhale, you're going to let everything go. We're going to walk back in. If you want to, from here, you can tripod headstand. If you're tripod headstanding and you've got it nailed, we're going to do 3 reps of dropping the toes down and then lifting them back up. Dropping the toes down and then lifting them back up. Drop the toes down and then lift yourself back up. Nice. Okay, I'm going to turn back around because otherwise I won't know where I am with the flow. We're going to come back to this wide leg position, but with our hands planted on the ground. You're going to lengthen your chest forward as much as you can. Reach the arms up towards the front of the room, and then we're going to stand. You're going to bring the hands back towards your body. Frame that front foot. Find your lunge position once again, and from here you're going to lengthen the chest forward, dropping this hip down towards the ground. Come into our full lunge position, reach up as high as you can, and then lift that chest forward. Exhale, plant the hands, send your foot back towards the back of the room, take a breath in here. Exhale, find your upward facing dog. Inhale. Find your downward facing dog. Take your dog for a walk if that feels nice. And before you ask where the Chaos Twins are, they're asleep. Flynn came for a little nosy. I'm just waffling whilst we're having a little rest here. Yeah, Flynn came for a little nosy, but he wasn't bothered. Okay, take a look forward, and then we're going to step the left foot forward. You're going to drop the back knee, undo your foot, or untuck the toe in proper speak. And as I always remember stuff when we get to this side, if you need something underneath your knee, please feel free to do that. Take an inhale as you lengthen that chest forward. Again, we're thinking about the weight through that heel. Good, good. Take another breath in as you lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, we're going to send the hips back. Inhale, we're going to lengthen that chest forward. And again, I want you to imagine that someone's pulling that rope right out of the middle of your chest. You're going to see if you can deepen that stretch into that back hip. Again, we're kind of warming this side up. We've sort of warmed up a little bit. Take an inhale and lengthen a bit more. And then we're going to tuck those back toes. You're going to lift up into your high lunge. You're going to naturally put one elbow in front of the other. Whichever way you just did it, do it the other way. Okay, you're going to bend into that front knee. Again, if your foot starts to salsa, we're going to think about the weight into the foot. You're going to turn your hips towards the front of the room. Imagine that you've got your Wonder Woman hands on. Take a breath as you lift your chest up. And now we're thinking about someone pulling that chest back whilst lifting our arms up towards the sky. Just feel that stretch through that front of the hip. Maybe you can bend into that front knee a little bit more. Take another breath in here. See if you can lift up a bit higher. And then open to Warrior Two. Nice. That's lovely. Finding your Warrior Two position. So your back foot should be halfway bisected by that front foot. You're going to take a breath in here. You're going to see if you can twist just a tiny bit, sending this hip back towards the back of the room. And then you're going to think about this knee going out towards the left side. Take a breath in here. Exhale, dive deeper, then lift those toes on that front foot. And then see if you can go a little bit further. Take that breath here. Exhale, go a bit deeper. Nice. Make sure your back foot, you can still feel the outside edge of your back foot on the mat. Take a breath. Exhale, we're going to reach back. And then you're going to turn those toes. 2, 10 and 2. We're going to Wonder Woman our hands. You're going to, I just needed to turn my toes a little bit more as it turned out. We're going to sink down into our goddess position. You're going to bring your hands somewhere near either out the front or just down here, whichever you need to maintain this position. You're going to lift your right heel off the ground. And now you're going to drop it. You're going to lift your left heel off the ground. And now you're going to drop it. You're going to lift both heels up off the ground. See if you can sink a bit deeper. Hold here for 3, for 2, for 1. Stand up, drop those heels down. If you want to grab your band once again, we are going to do that forward fold. There's no graceful way of doing this. I'm just going to do it this way. Put your foot in that way and then bring it up around your back. See, there's no graceful way of doing this. Done. Okay, same again. Finding that wide leg forward fold. We're not taking it to end range yet. So you're going to tilt your pelvis and then lift it back up. You should get a little bit more range this time. Tilt and then lift. Tilt and then lift. Oh, tilt and then lift. And I want you to fold as much as you can in this position. If you can reach your hands behind you, marvellous. If you can't, that's fine. If you're still using blocks, that is also fine. Just know, wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. So, if we're going for compression, we're thinking about the hands coming all the way through to behind you. That being the science term. Keep that pelvic tilt for another 3, 2, 1. Lengthen. Bring your hands back underneath your body. And let's see where we can get to. Ooh. That's nice. It's not really. It's horrible. The more you can tilt your pelvis, the further you'll go. Hold in. Oh, for 3, 2, 1. Oh, let's come out of that. If you need to be seated, you can, as you will see. Okay, so back to your wide leg forward fold without the band this time. You're going to take your tripod headstand if you wish. We're going to hold in our wide leg position for as long as you would like to. Just hold in here. See if when you're in your wide leg forward fold, now that we've warmed up into our anterior pelvic tilt, or just pelvic tilt in general, we're thinking now about focusing on your knees. So I want to think about sending my knees towards the back of the room. Take a breath in here. Coming down from your tripod if you went there. And then we're going to bring both hands to the top of your mat. You're going to find that lunge position once again. See if you can drive that hip forward, forward, forward. See if you can lift up into your high lunge. Taking a breath in here. And cartwheel the hands down. Send everything to the back of the room. Drop both knees down. And come into a seated position. We're going to take a seated pigeon. So you're going to bring your right leg over the thigh of your left leg. This is kind of like the rock the baby that we did right at the beginning of practice. but it's a little bit more intense. So you can, I'm going to say it's more intense, it's as intense as you want to make it. Take your foot further if you need to. We're going to work it back. Take your hands behind you further if you need to. We're going to work them forward. So from here, it's the same thing. You're going to take some swaying motions into your hips. Sway and sway and sway. And then find some stillness. Maybe you can walk further up. Right. How do we increase this without just staying here? And there's nothing wrong with just staying here, but let's be efficient with our movements. I'm going to think about sending my knee forward. So I'm actively pressing my knee towards the front of the room. Keep pressing it, keep pressing it, keep pressing it, and then relax. Take that movement once again side to side. Should feel pretty intense, no matter where you are. And then again, come back to centre. You're going to press that knee towards the front of the room for 3, for 2, for 1, and you're going to let it go. And we're going to take the same on the other side. And again, know that it might feel different on this side, and that's okay. You're going to sway side to side, no tension, just whatever's natural in your body. Try and let that go as well. So easy, just let it go. It's not easy, I do know that. Okay, so coming to whatever feels a bit intense. You want it to be a little bit intense. We're trying to do some hard stuff here. Trying to train our bodies that doing hard things is not the end of the world. Okay, so push that knee forward as much as you can. If it doesn't move, that's okay, as long as you're feeling a pulling or a pushing from your body, and you should feel a pulling down this side of your hip. Keep that knee going forward, 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 and let it go. Move into your hip. Move, 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 move. And then last one, flex that foot. Drive that knee forward. Forward, 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 forward. And let it go. Woo! Just take a little bit of internal movement through your hips. As many as you'd like. Look at where, whoa, what's happening here? Sticky mat, okay. Then find some stillness. You're going to bring your feet to the mat or just heels to the mat, I'm not worried. You're going to lengthen your chest so that your belly touches your thighs. We're not adding anything here apart from a forward fold. You're just going to let everything be heavy down to your legs. We're not trying to add any kind of stretch other than that that's happening at the back of your body. So wherever you need to be to feel a lengthening here, that's perfect. Well done. Just softening here. Taking 3 breaths. That was 3 breaths. Which, as I've said, is yoga speak for, that's kind of enough. Because everyone breathes at a different rate. And then last thing, we're just going to take a spinal twist. Working your way down to your mat. Take your hair out, if like me it's right behind your neck. You're going to let your knees fall to one side. Let your both arms want to be T-shaped, kind of, if that feels good. Palms open towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to use your other hand onto your thigh. Maybe that feels good, maybe it doesn't. Maybe if you have the band handy, you can use the band. Bring it round your knee and just gently So I'm not taking the band down, I'm taking it out. 45 degrees. That's going to lengthen everything lovely, beautifully through here. Lost my ability to say proper sentences then. And then wherever you are, let's switch it out. If you want to use the band, you can. But now you'll be able to see. So I'm not pulling down on my knee, I'm pulling it out towards the side of the room. Gives you a really nice stretch down the side of your hip. This bit of your hip rather than this bit of your hip. Take the gaze over the opposite hand. And then let everything go. You can take your Shavasana if you would like to. I would positively encourage it. If you don't have time or that's not for you, just for some people, closing down the eyes, softening the gaze, and just being still is not there for them in every day, maybe now and again, but you know, I see you, I get it. It makes sense to me. But if you can find some time just to be still and be quiet with your body, I promise, even if it's a couple of minutes here and there in your day, you will notice a massive, massive difference. So, for the rest of your day, I wish that it is filled with sunshine and magic and things that taste good and things that smell nice and things that make you feel utterly incredible. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.